Ladies and gentlemen, this is Total Extreme Wrestling. Welcome to our booking of AEW 2020. We are on our way to getting the Fight for the Fallen card done. Our version, obviously, the real life version has happened. Ours is going to be a little bit different. So let's run through what we're going to have planned for Fight for the Fallen. So for us, we've got Ali. She's back in the ring in a singles role rather than the tag team role they got her in. She's going to take on Sheeta. That's the big plan for her. And we're going to be building towards Britt Baker versus Sheeta at All Out. Bea Priestley, we've signed her. She's with Priscilla Kelly. Now those two are working in tandem together, taking on Chris Statlander, who's not injured in our game. So that'll be a match we're going to be doing there. Best Friends, they're teaming up to take on Super Bad Death Squad. Obviously, Jimmy Havoc is out, suspended, and I think we have suspended him in our game as well. So, not sure if that's going to actually happen just yet, so we'll have to find out. Cody is going to continue his weekly defending, but this time the big one's going to happen at Fight for the Fallen. Cody versus Rey Fenix. Obviously, Cody has had the match against Jake Hager at Fighter Fest. Too many fights, can't get it right. So at Fighter Fest, Cody's coming off the win over Hager. So he's beaten Kip Sabian recently as well. So we probably have Cody defend again in the next coming episodes, and then building up Cody versus Phoenix, which I think could be maybe the match of the night at Fight for the Fallen. Dark Order, they're still kind of recruiting. They're still trying to gain new members. I don't know what happened. They teased that Anna Jay was going to join them, and then nothing ever happened of it. At least I haven't seen it. Maybe they did it on Dark. I don't know. But I still like that idea of having Anna Jay join them. So I think we might still roll with that. We haven't officially done it yet in our game. So I'm still thinking about doing it, but we may just go with that. Likewise, anyways, the Dark Order is going to be feuding with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So Jurassic Express in a tag match there. FTR and the Young Bucks, they're picking their own opponents for the upcoming show. So, Angelico and Jack Evans will be taking on FTR, and Private Party will be taking on the Young Bucks. The Sex Gods versus Omega and Page. Now, obviously, Kenny Omega is injured. So last stream, he got injured. I don't know what's going to happen now. So it looks like we might have to do a handicap match here of some sorts. And maybe we switch the belts here, and then we have Adam Page and Omega kick off their feud when Kenny Omega can return. MJF and Wardlow teaming up, they'll take on SCU. Obviously, Moxley and Cage, we can finally do it. Just like it happened in real life, our match got delayed as well because Moxley couldn't show up. So, pretty similar to what happened in real life in the end. So, they had to wait for the Fight for the Fallen, as will we, and hopefully this match will deliver. And we're going to be starting a feud with Ricky Starks teaming up and joining forces with Shawn Spears, taking on Broken Matt Hardy. And saying that, I did like the pairing of Ricky Starks and Brian Cage in real life, but I think for us, Brian Cage on his own is fine, and we can have Shawn Spears have someone helping him out, someone working with him to elevate him a little bit more with Ricky Starks there. So those are our storylines heading into the upcoming show. Now, obviously, some new names have kind of been popping up in AEW, so we're going to roll with that, and we're going to look to sign a few of those. So let's take a look at some of them. Now, obviously, for me, the big one is Brian Pillman Jr. I think this would be a tremendous addition to our roster. I think that's probably the key for us, is getting some exciting young talent and kind of working with them and trying building them up. So you can see that Pillman, his stats aren't incredible, to be fair, but 69 charisma, 69 star quality, those are some key attributes that you can work around with. So we're going to be bringing in Pillman. I don't know if he's going to be coming to AEW long term or if he's going to be joining them, but for us, at least for now, I'm going to bring him in on a handshake deal. And, well, 110 is the max of Big Tony. He's been a bit cheap. We're going to be bringing in Pillman on a handshake deal at least to try and give us some undercard guys to work with and potentially move them up to the mid-card and beyond. The other one I liked was probably someone that you probably wouldn't expect, but I like Tino Sabatelli. He's got a really good look about him, and he might be a guy that we can use in a lower card tag team. So again, I'm going to probably give him a handshake deal as well and bring him in and see how he goes. I mean, at the end of the day, he's $50 a show, so it's not exactly breaking the bank by bringing him in. 11 pop, and if he does well, great, we keep him on. If he doesn't, we can let him go. There's no issues there. So that's good for us. Now, obviously, the one that I'm probably the most excited about is the fact that they're bringing in some new women, and we really needed some new women. Evilise, I've always liked her. I think she's always been a real underrated wrestler in the independents. I think she's, surprised she hasn't been given that chance in a major promotion. I've heard that she's had some issues, in the locker room, so maybe that's the reason. But I like Evilise, and I'm actually going to look to lock her up for a written deal, because I feel as though we're going to try and do a little bit more with her in comparison to some of the others we just got. And the other one is Diamante as well. So they've signed her, and I think she's Angel Rose. Now, we were going to think about signing Angel Rose anyways, if you remember. I think we've already used her a couple of times, so no real surprise there. So we've already... Yeah, she's already had 2 matches with us. So the only matches she's had so far in the game are with us. So it makes sense that, we bring her in as well. So I like that, and maybe I don't mind them having that pairing of Evilise and Diamante together. I think that's probably a strong pairing to go with, and we can go with that. So 4 new signings, and as I said, if we had the option to get some of the people that come on Dark, like Griff Garrison and whatnot, Lee Johnson, those job guys that you see all the time, I probably would sign a few of them, but they're not in my mod. At least I can't find them. So, but as more people probably appear on Dark, we might sign them as we go as well. As for some of the other big guns like EC3, Gallows and Anderson, who are joining Impact, and Heath Slater, I'm happy for them just to do that. We're not, we're not going to really go after them just yet. If they pop up on AEW, sure, but for now, I'm happy with what we've got. But we needed new women. That was a given, and we've been looking at trying to sign new women, but there just hasn't been many options that were realistic. So I'm glad AEW's gotten a couple new ones themselves, because we needed them badly. But with that being said, I think we might advance and just get booking our next show. So let's get into it. Backstage incidents: Cash Wheeler and Chris Jericho. Wheeler was brought to Wrestler's Court accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. Yeah, not good enough. So, Jericho is the leader of the Wrestler's Court, apparently. And Daniels is helping out Austin Gunn with his psychology. Thank goodness for that. AEW Dark, let's check it out. Bea Priestley and Priscilla Kelly opened up the show. Probably not the best idea to open up with them, but you know what? You got to take a risk sometimes. We open up with a promo. Bad Reputation explaining why they're targeting Chris Statlander for a 33 rated segment. Okay, so we forgot to put them on script, but apparently Priscilla Kelly did well off the script, so that's a positive. So, good, decent start for the women. Trent took on John Silver for 42. Trent 42, Silver 35. I gotta say, that's probably a little bit low for Trent. I always think Trent has a bit of potential as a solo. Chuck Taylor is the drizzling shits. So if Trent ever broke away, I would think Trent would perform pretty well. But 42, not that great. I mean, he was off his game, so that might explain it. But he picks up the win. Broken Matt Hardy has an interview with Alex Marvez, talking up an upcoming match potentially with Shawn Spears and what happened recently on Dynamite. So 41 rated segment, not great considering you'd think Matt Hardy would be able to produce a better promo than that. So yeah, a little low. The Gun Club took on the Initiative, so that's their tag team of Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler. That's their new name. 10-minute match when the Gun Club picked up the win. Brandon Cutler was head and shoulders above everyone else. Austin Gunn 26, Billy Gunn 36, Peter Avalon 31, and Brandon Cutler 45. Well, there you go. And apparently they have excellent chemistry teaming together, Cutler and Avalon. So there you go. 38 rated match. Brandon Cutler. Yeah, Brandon Cutler. Are we gonna? We must be turning him heel. So I suppose we'll wait a little bit longer to turn him. Did a Darby Allin vignette for 48 as well. And an MJF promo for 59. MJF cutting a promo on Frankie Kazarian. So MJF doing well in a promo as always. Our main event was MJF versus Frankie Kazarian. MJF off his game. He had a 56 rated performance. Kazarian 49. MJF cheated, of course, to pick up the win as always. So a 54 rated match to finish the show. And a 45 overall show. So we gave MJF a bit of spotlight there, which is always good. And continue that storyline. We built a little bit further in Bad Reputation, Statlander, as well as Hardy and Spears, as well as getting some other underutilized talent an opportunity to compete. So this is AEW Dynamite, and we're going to kick it off with a pre-show match. And we're going to bring in Taynara Conti as a special guest appearance to take on our champion Hikaru Shida. And we had a 50 rated match. They have great chemistry. Conti and Shida, great chemistry, showed in their performances. Conti 28, Shida 59. So Shida with a big carry there, so not bad, not bad. Obviously it's all Shida, but good chemistry is always good to know in the back of our minds. Alright, we kicked off the beginning of the actual main show with Brian Cage squashing Michael Nakazawa in a 42 rated match. Cage 63, Nakazawa 31. Cage picked up the win. But the main point of it was to have Brian Cage beat down Nakazawa further. And then we had the locker room coming out trying to stop him from beating him down. But eventually Cage just beat down all the guys that came out to try and help. Moxley in the end comes out. He's seen enough. And Brian Cage retreated to get out of there. Didn't quite execute the performance that I was hoping for. Just a 51 rated segment. A little disappointing, I suppose. Maybe we shouldn't have had Michael Nakazawa rated on anything, But, yeah, look, Moxley was really good, so that's positive. But, probably didn't quite get the rating I was hoping for. But, nonetheless, a big segment to make Cage look good. Beating down all those guys and then having Moxley come out for the save and Cage not wanting anything to do with it. Makes Moxley look good and just continues to tease for the pay-per-view match. Who needs to change gimmick? Oh, yeah, Brandon Cutler. Yeah, we won't worry about that. Ray Phoenix took on Joey Janela. And my God, a 69 rated match. Okay. Ray Phoenix is a god. A 70 rated performance from Ray. And even Joey Janela. I will give it to my man, Joey Janela. He had a 51 rated performance. And that is a lot better than I expected. Now, we did try and steal the show. So, it's something I would never normally do. And it looks as though it worked. Surprisingly enough, it looks as though it worked. So, Ray Phoenix sealed the deal. Did it very, very well. So, that gives me a lot of hope for Phoenix and Cody at the pay-per-view for their match. Speaking of Cody, he had a promo cutting one on Ray Phoenix. Cody was a real star in the segment. He worked well off the script. And a 64 rated promo on Ray Phoenix. Really good. Proud and Powerful. We finally get a chance to see in the ring. We've just forgotten about them. We forgot that they're even on the roster. We forgot to use them. I think the reason being is because we don't have a lot of babyface tag teams that we want to beat. We've got a lot of heel tag teams that are a lower end on the scale, but not a lot of babyface teams. So I feel like for us, we might need to bring in another babyface team that we don't mind having lose all the time. In this instance, it was Natural Nightmares and Proud and Powerful, but we wanted to go for more of an even contest. Santana 58, Ortiz 60, QT Marshall 32, Dustin Rhodes 49. So Proud and Powerful are very good. Very good. 60 rated performances is awesome. So we need to start using them more. It's as simple as that. Speaking of Proud and Powerful, they're back at it again with the Inner Circle. As we had the Inner Circle cutting a promo stating that they are going to be taking back AEW. And their first step is by taking down Adam Page and Kenny Omega. So, there you go. An 82 rated segment. Chris Jericho cutting the promo and looking very, very good while doing it. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand, all 100 of them in the palm of his hand. And an 82 rated promo. So really good stuff. So that should help our overall show really big time. This is so far looking to be like a pretty good show for us. Ali took on Big Swole. Here's where it goes downhill. The women are back out there. Ali 36, Big Swole 29. 30 rated for the match. But we had to give Ali another win to keep her progression going. Jake Roberts cuts a promo on Pineapple Pete with Lance Archer out there as well for 56. And in Pineapple Pete, he lasted 2 minutes and 20 seconds against Lance Archer in a 54 rated match. Lance 63. I tell you what, Pineapple Pete getting 37 is pretty good. Not gonna lie. 54 for the match. Lance picking up the win. SCU got a win over the Butcher and the Blade for 57. And here's another team that we need to stop sleeping on a little bit. Daniels and Kazarian. 61 for Daniels, 58 for Kazarian, Blade 41, Butcher 31. MJF and Wardlow were ringside as well. And really good stuff from the good old Kazarian and Daniels tag team. No surprise there. They're a great duo together, great chemistry. But a 57 rated match is pretty good. Dark Order promo as Brody Lee cuts a promo on Jurassic Express with the rest of Dark Order out there with him as well. And our main event was FTR and the Young Bucks teaming up to take on their opponents for Fight for the Fallen, Hybrid 2 and the Private Party. So similar to what they did at Fyter Fest with FTR and Young Bucks teaming up again. I just don't want FTR and the Young Bucks to face each other in any capacity yet. Otherwise, you probably would do, Private Party and FTR teaming up to take on Hybrid 2 and the Young Bucks. But I just don't want them facing each other in any capacity just yet. So in the end, it was FTR picking up the win with Dax Harwood illegally using the ropes for leverage to beat Mark Quinn. So he cheated to win. And we'll get to that in a second. So Nick Jackson 78, Matt Jackson 75. FTR 58 each, Mark Quinn 48, Isaiah Cassidy 51, Evans 44, and Helico 47. So 65 overall is pretty good result. Don't mind that. And that should help out Hybrid 2 and Private Party a little bit as well. Having a nice match in the main event, I feel, should boost them a little bit. Fingers crossed. The last segment we had FTR and Young Bucks arguing about the fact that they cheated to win. The Young Bucks are such good boys that they don't like to cheat. That's not what we do. We don't cheat. And FTR, they don't give a shit. They're just happy to do whatever it takes to pick up the win. And that got a 56 rating for that segment. To give us a, 53? 53? Because we used Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, Jack Evans, and Helico, QT Marshall, and Dustin Rhodes. Too much! Are you kidding me? We had that was a good show. That was solid. 53? Are you kidding me? We had a good main event, a good mid-card match, a couple of good mid-card matches, a good promo. We got robbed because we used people a little bit too much. Alright, Diamond Dallas Page, names. In a move that is sure to have a major fallout, DDP yesterday turned whistleblower to call out AEW over the fact that several of their other workers have substance abuse issues. He believes that a tragedy is just around the corner. AEW officials have yet to comment, even after two major sponsors pulled out of deals after the story broke. DDP! What are you doing? You're not meant to expose! Oh, no. Alright, Brian Cage now hates DDP. Jake Hager, Luchasaurus, Jack Evans, Shima, Joey Janela, Pac all hate DDP, and you can add BrendenPlayz to the list as well. I don't like DDP anymore either. DDP, what the fuck? What are you doing? You just cost me 2 major sponsors? We got a 1.02 TV rating, 767,000 viewers. We didn't meet the minimum quality standards. And one good piece of news, Luther's contract is expiring. Thank God for that. We can get rid of him. Wow, DDP, what the fuck? I mean, I gotta say, like, that's probably worth firing him over. We're not even using him, so... Should we fire DDP for that? I mean, he's cost me 2 sponsors. Maybe I should have him get jobbed out on TV or something. Yeah, I think that's a fireable offense, I think. Yeah, I should tell him, hey, what do you think about doing steroids? What do you think, DDP? You want to do some steroids? He's only on a handshake deal. Well, yeah, this will make a few people happy, except for Cody. Even Cody doesn't care. Even Cody said, you know what, DDP, fuck you. Bye, DDP. You screwed me over. Your recent scandal, this will be a year before it blows over. Are you kidding me? 1 fucking year. 1 year. Everyone cancel. If you got DDP yogurt at home, I want you to throw that shit in the bin. This is actually gonna kill me. Like, for real. Like, for the next year, every single one of our shows is gonna have some sort of penalty involved. Alright, let's take a look at NXT. They drew 1.495 million viewers. Their best match was DIY defeating All Out Assault, who is apparently Cesaro and Pete Dunne, in a tables match. Their main event was a ladder match. My God, they are really trying to beat us. They are just throw everything but the kitchen sink at the show and hope for the best. We had 767,000 viewers for our lousy 53 rated show, apparently, which we got screwed over on that. Then DDP screwed us. Not doing well. Brian Pillman is happy to come in and work with us. So we're going to have Brian Pillman Jr. Joining the roster. Now, he is better as a heel. Okay. Which is a little bit disappointing because I kind of need him, I feel, to be a baby face. Just because I feel like we're pretty heel heavy and not many baby faces at the moment. Maybe we just still go with it, you know? Just make him do it. Family tradition gimmick. Yeah, I can see that. You know, he's in the business trying to carry on the father's legacy type of thing. See, for me, I feel like I could work more with that as his gimmick rather than just the cocky, arrogant young star or whatever the hell he's going to be. Yeah, we'll go with it. Let's go with the face. And Diamante coming in. Well, now, we could have Ivelisse and Diamante be a little bit of a duo, but plays better. So she can play either. She doesn't have to be a babyface or a heel. She could do both. I feel like Ivelisse will be better as a heel, kind of similar to what they're doing now, and have Diamante as a babyface maybe. Because again, we need more. I don't know if we need more babyfaces on the women's side of things. I think we do. I think we just need more women in general, for both. Yeah, okay, we'll bring her in as a face as well. So I'm pretty sure Ivelisse... No, she could do both, but... So Ricky Starks has left the NWA. So he's with us on a written deal. And thank God, Jon Moxley has finally left Japan. Yes. Ah, no more Moxley being unavailable. Thank goodness for that. Alright, Tino Sabatelli's going to come in. I've got no doubt he's a heel. Yeah, he's... I feel like that's his spot. A lower end heel. But again, like, we need baby faces, but... I can't see him as a babyface. And Ivelisse, yeah, like I said, I think her as a heel would probably fit just fine. So, might get her to do a medical. She's come back clean for drugs, for all the drugs. All right, so that's good. Because if we're gonna sign her to a written deal, it's good to kind of see what. Good to know what we're going to get from her, at least. Okay, so 4 new signings for us. Keep it in mind, Pillman and Sabatelli are both on just handshake deals, so we're not signing them exclusively yet. We may in the future if they do well. So Pillman's going to have the family legacy gimmick that we mentioned, so that's all good. Alright, so DiMarte's in. She's got a Cuban badass gimmick. Which I don't mind, that's fine. It's probably a bit of generic in a way. Is she a badass? I mean, probably. She plays badass well or swagger well. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll have her do that. And then we got Ivelisse. So I might just have her as Ivelisse rather than have the last name involved as well. Her gimmick is a bitch gimmick. Well, I don't know about that. She does play swagger well, so I suppose that's what we're gonna do. So we'll go swagger. Call her a hustler. You know, she's gonna try and sneak her way into better scenarios. That could work. There we go, 4 new talents now joining the roster, which is exciting. So that will give us a little bit more to work with, especially in the women's side of things. I suppose Tino Sabatelli, we could edit his gimmick as well, play swagger well. Apparently plays the, Weasel, yeah, wouldn't be underdog, but he'll play Weasel pretty well. He's a former football player, right? Ex-footballer. So we can brag about how good he is at that. Yeah, so we'll do that. Ex-footballer, and he can be confident and have the swagger about being that. Yeah, so he was in the second round of the draft. That's pretty good. He's got a really good look. He's got a great star quality, I hope. 49. How does he have 49 star quality? The guy looks $1 million. I don't get that. I get it that he's been like a job guy in NXT, but wow. Call him Savvy. I hate the name Savvy. Like, I suppose like Tino. Sabatino, I like that. Sabatino would work. Not Sabby, I like Sabatino, that's his first name. So we'll just go with that.